talked about different ways of starting your warm season vegetable garden. Well, today I want to talk about two plants that you definitely want to start from transplants, and that is tomatoes and peppers. And that's because they need a good head start in order to start producing before it gets too hot in our summer months. And so here you can see we've got our transplants laid out, and I just want to go through some of the plants that we're going to be planting in our table garden here. So since we have a table garden, we looked for some varieties that were a little bit shorter. Obviously, we didn't want anything that was indeterminate, that was going to be 5 or 6 feet tall, because those would just be way over our head to harvest. So we've got some very small varieties here that we're looking at. And the first one I wanted to show you here is called Orange Hat Tomato. And this is a cute little tomato. If you think there is no way that you have space in your landscape or on your patio to grow a tomato, well, this is one you need to check out, because this actually only gets about 6 to 9 inches tall. Yes, you heard me right, 6 to 9 inches tall. So this is going to stay very compact. And in fact, you can already see it's got some tomatoes that it's producing already. Now this is going to produce an orange cocktail type tomato. So it's just going to be prolific with all these little orange tomatoes on there, but a cute little tomato. So we've got several planted in here, about 5 in just this small space, because they do stay so compact. Now in front of me here we have a fish pepper. So this is a unique pepper. It is going to get a little bit taller, but it is going to have a unique ornamental look to it. Not only is it edible, but it is ornamental as well. So the fish pepper kind of has a history of being an African American pepper that was passed down and used a lot in Caribbean dishes. So it's going to add a little heat to your dish. But what's unique about it and what's ornamental about it is you'll see that there's some variegation not only on the leaves, but when you start to see that fruit being produced, it's going to start out kind of a creamy color with some green striping in it. As it matures, that green's going to get more of a darker color, and eventually, like all peppers that start turning color eventually, it's going to have more of an orange color with brown striping, and then it eventually will turn a solid red color to you. So very ornamental to add to your edible landscape here also. Now we also have this pepper. This is called Dragonfly. This is a 4-lobed bell pepper, but don't be fooled by picking it when it is green, because this is actually a purple bell pepper. And they are going to be not only ornamental, but also edible as well. You can eat these while they are green, but again, wait for them to be purple. Now, the nice thing about this and what's really set it apart from the other purple peppers that are on the market is the fact that it has a real thick wall, thicker wall than some of the other thin wall purple peppers that are on the market. So this is a nice one to add to your garden if you're looking for something that is more like a bell pepper. Now in front of me here we have another tomato, and this one's called Early Resilience. So this one's going to get a little bit taller, about 2.5 feet tall, and it is a Roma type tomato. So it's going to be really great if you're looking at canning or preserving some of your tomatoes. This is a great option for you. Again, it's an All-America selection, beating out some of the best-selling Roma tomatoes that are on the market. Now next to it we have a San Joaquin pepper, and this is a jalapeno pepper. So it's going to be a little spicy, but not too bad if you like that jalapeno flavor to it. So San Joaquin is known because it is a one that's going to produce a lot all at one time, which can be a good or bad thing. So if you're somebody who likes to can, maybe it's nice to have all of those jalapenos so that you can go ahead and process them at one time. Or perhaps you're having a big party this summer and you want to have some stuffed jalapenos for dinner one night with your crowd. This is a great option for that. If you don't want to harvest everything all at once, you can just leave them hanging on the plant. So jalapenos will eventually turn red as they mature even more. So make sure that you are harvesting those that maybe are a little bit further on and further into that red color versus some of the green ones if you're trying to allow your harvest to last a little bit longer. Now in front of us here we have a Patio Choice Yellow, which is again a great option for somebody who is looking for a smaller tomato to grow. So Patio Choice and the Orange Hat are both great options even for containers. This particular one, Patio Choice, is only going to get about 18 inches tall. So a little bit taller than the previous one, but not too much that it couldn't still be in a container. So we've got 2 that we're gonna plant here in our table garden. And just as a reminder, you can see these transplants have gotten a little leggy. So when you have something that is this long, and you can see it's windy here in Oklahoma, as a reminder, what you might want to do is trim off some of these lower branches here. So as a reminder, with tomatoes, you can plant those deeper in the ground because what they'll do is develop adventitious roots. So you can actually start to see these little white kind of nubs sticking out on the stem here. And that is the beginning of the formation of those adventitious roots. So we're going to go ahead, and you can see if I put half of this plant underground, I'm significantly reducing the amount that might be exposed to the wind. So hopefully our transplants will be a little tougher out here in our Oklahoma wind than what they would otherwise if we had planted these. So I'm gonna plant this direction so that it will be over here, and I'll plant this one going this way up over this direction. So in order to do this, what you're gonna do is just make a trench basically. And actually before I do that, I'm gonna kind of sprinkle in some slow release fertilizer in here so that I can work that in as I'm planting. But I'm gonna just make a trench with my hands. We're using potting soil, obviously, here in a raised bed. So we're gonna bury that on its side. And this actually works out really nice because these are already kind of bent to go upright. I'm gonna go ahead and cut this last stem off right there. And maybe even one more. So I'm leaving these top 2 stems, and then I'm just going to pack this potting soil back around it. And there we have it. You want to make sure that that root ball stays covered so that it doesn't dry out as it starts to develop more and more of those roots. So I'm going to do the same right back here. I'm going to go ahead and cut some of these lower ones off again. Again, we got a nice root system here, but we're going to be able to develop even larger roots later on. Now, if yours doesn't have a natural bend to it, you're just going to kind of gently push that plant up a little bit. And then, actually, I'm going to make that a little bit deeper here. You can do it on a slight angle so that you don't want to break that stem. If you break that stem, then you've kind of ruined your transplant. But you just want to bury it, and it will start to develop those roots. So again, these are going to get to be about 18 inches tall. They got a little stretched as they were growing as transplants in the greenhouse, but they should do just fine. So at this point now, I just got to put some other fertilizer and get the rest of these planted up. And then of course, we want to make sure that we label our plants and water them. We hope you enjoyed this video as part of our Oklahoma Gardening YouTube channel. You can also find even more videos on the OK Gardening Classics YouTube channel. And join us on social media for great gardening tips, photos, and discussion.